Hi, welcome to Date Night.
I'm Will.
And I'm Amy. And we've been married for 13 years. 13 long years.
Yeah, and after all those long years, we felt like we needed some adventure in our marriage.
So every couple of weeks, we send our kids out of the house to the sitter's house.
And we go upstairs to the playroom.
Yep, and we clear off the table.
And we explore a whole new world together.
Just the two of us.
And me, your best buddy and longest role-playing companion.
Yep, and Mike.
And me, your favoriteest nephew.
And our nephew.
Your favoriteest nephew.
Our favoriteest nephew, Sam.
And, of course, a mysterious force from beyond the veil, also known as your half-niece-in-law, Eva.
Yeah, and our whatever Eva is to us.
And we play
Dungeons and Dragons.
Whenever you guys are ready.
Okay. I can't see yet.
Just,
And not just because my glasses are off.
I should probably make sure that I survive first before I really get invested in the feat that I'm picking.
That's true.
Okay. Does it count as a short rest or no? Not yet.
Nope.
No.
You're evil. And I'm out of spell slots.
So am I. I have 5 health.
I have a healer's kit and I do have a healer thingy.
I have
don't
a couple of potions. That's
Yeah, you just picked up a couple from inside the...
2 healing potions, 2d4 plus 2.
So you guys have time before getting into combat if there's any sort of free actions or preparations that you want to take, but I'll just sort of remind you what was happening.
Right.
Last time you set everything on fire, at least the hut and the people, and then the Grease Wizard and Aaron disappeared.
Here are my notes from our last session.
It just sounds really bad. Everything you said on fire, the huts and the people.
And the corpses.
Of people. And
Not
Troll
helping.
and Hag and whatever Gerard Butler was.
He's kind of a zombie-ish.
He was a construct.
And then Calman showed up.
Yay.
And you guys heard moaning coming from around. So, you guys want to do anything, or you want me to set the stage for what's going on here?
Not yet. I'm still catching up.
I can pull up the Jeopardy theme on my phone if that would be helpful.
No, we'll get sued.
Okay.
By Canada.
But he's so nice. I'm speaking of Alex Trebek, not Canada as a person.
He is Canada as a person.
I have a Scottish accent. I'm pretty sure I can't say anything positive about Alex Trebek.
You can talk about his mother.
I missed that reference, but okay.
In the Celebrity Jeopardies on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, yeah.
Sean Connery. Yeah.
You mean not Sean Connery?
Not yeah.
Calman.
Sure. Sean Nottery.
Anything useful for you guys? Maybe.
Bum, 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 bum.
Okay, I'm trying to remember what herbalism does.
I know how Sam uses it, but I'm pretty sure that's not right.
Because I have herbalism and a medicine kit, and I have medicine proficiency.
The medicine kit helps you stabilize people who are unconscious.
And I'm proficient, so that means I can give them +1. Or
No,
1 hit point.
It gives you +2 to your rolls with medicine.
But I thought when I have it and I've got a healer's kit, then it also restores 1 hit point to them.
That's a feat that you looked at.
Oh, is it?
Mm-hmm. The healer's feat. That's when you try to heal somebody and you don't want to use your hands because you use your healer's feet.
There's my list.
That would be really interesting if Baba Ganoush had it. It's like she spits on leaves on her feet and then slaps you.
If you want, we could retcon that.
Okay, yeah, I see that here. For level 4 that I was looking at. In case we survive. I blame you, Will.
Okay.
I kind of blame us, but because we were it was getting close to the end of the session last time, and we were all sitting there like, okay, we got to go pick up the kids. We got to, all had our separate ways. It was like,
Yeah.
no, we're just going to take a rest here. And you're like, okay. By the way.
Instead of saying, hey, remember that stick you're holding?
I can't give you all that kind of advice.
He's an evil GM. I think I'm ready.
A neutral GM.
You think you're neutral, but you're not.
He's the Ayn Rand of GM.
Okay. So Kalman appears,
Hi.
and he says, "Hey guys, what's up?"
We're gonna die!
A lot is up right now, laddie.
A lot is up in the air.
I see a lot of fire.
Yeah, at least we're not cold.
Okay, that's great. Hey guys, I had a little bit of an upgrade. And he kind of flexes his little Modron muscles.
Aww.
I'm level 4.
It's so cute.
What's level 4?
I don't know.
But he wants us to check it out. He doesn't
But
know
check
what
it
we're
out!
checking out.
There's no change in his tiny little arm muscles.
Because he's like a gear creature, so he doesn't even have muscles.
Hey! That's not nice.
Like one of the little drive belts in him has been replaced.
Yeah.
It's new.
It's got new teeth. So, the three of you stand up and you look toward the sound of the moaning, and the scene around you takes on sort of I guess like a diabolical appearance. The flames from the hag's cottage have reached their hottest and brightest, and they're casting long, flickering shadows across the clearing. You're between that burning cottage and the pergola that you were in. Behind you is the jagged graveyard of iron with sharp and rusty pieces jutting from the pile. There's various construct body parts from the past when this was that weird, thriving theater that Sam wanted to revive. Ahead of you is a semicircle around the opening of the clearing of 4 shambling figures approaching you. Between the fire from the cremation area for Spindlefoot and the cottage that you've burned up, the figures are all too clear to you. They're wearing yellow robes. There's an orc, 2 Kenku, which are the raven people, and a tiefling. Their bodies are moving with unsure, jerky motions, and their eyes are unfocused and frantic. So, you've got the pergola on one side. I kind of have a little picture here, but it's pretty small, of the layout: pergola, cottage, scrapyard, you guys, the orc, the Kenku, the tiefling. Pergola, the orc is right next to it. 2 Kenku who are in the middle of the semicircle, the tiefling who's sort of near the cottage that's burning, and then behind you is the big scrap graveyard.
Now, the scrap graveyard, is that like a giant pile of rusty metal, or so we can't like scale it or get over it?
It would be very difficult terrain, so I mean it's possible,
We're
but
pinned
dangerous.
in, basically.
A little bit.
Okay.
Are we in woodland terrain?
So
No.
We're in the jungle mostly on this
I
island.
knew you would
Does
say
a pergola
that.
count as a forest?
No.
No.
But it's from trees.
They're tropical trees.
You just carry a pencil with you everywhere you go. It counts!
We are near the forest.
I can ignore difficult terrain. Ha ha ha.
Okay, so I think what we're
Wait.
going to have to do...
So your plan there was to just leave me? Leave me to die?
I would.
Well, you can't get over this, but
You got
bye!
stumpy legs, you'll make it. Goodbye.
That's okay. I can come back the next day and stabilize you, right?
You don't have to be faster than the zombies. You just have to be faster than
Than the
Calvin
dwarf.
and Dwarf.
Yeah.
Because you are. Okay, so unless there's anything you want to do before combat starts, this would be the time for rolling initiative.
Or taking a health pot.
Or crying. Yeah, I'll take a health potion.
Okay?
So 2d4
Yeah, because you have 5 health.
B4s. Please B4s.
Ones.
4. So
Okay.
5, 7.
Okay. All right. Is that it? We'll go ahead and roll our initiatives.
Yep.
What's your health at?
Full health.
Full health? Oh, okay. You can tank.
Everybody else was getting hit except me. I rolled a 20
Okay.
plus 3.
Is this for initiative?
Yeah.
13.
Okay, give me a minute now to roll these.
Can I
These guys.
then roll perception on
Sure.
these people just to see what I can see about them and if any of them looks particularly weaker or stronger.
Sure.
Okay, that's 21.
Calman,
My dice like me today.
Tiefling.
If my first two rolls are a 20 and a 19, hopefully this sets the tone for the rest of the session.
Okay.
5 minutes later, and we die.
Your perception check on these guys is that they don't look like they're normal. They don't look like they have any particular agency over what they're doing. The orc is carrying a club. The tiefling doesn't appear to have any weapons. And the Kenku have daggers drawn.
We're sure one of them's not a halfling inside of a Kenku.
You don't.
He went to the
you
east.
Doesn't look like it.
I don't know if he made it.
I'm hoping he did.
He went that direction, yes.
But this is east of where you were, so.
Shh.
Okay.
Okay, thinking of...
Kira,
Ensnaring.
you would be first.
I'm assuming that with the 23.
They are, 40 feet out. Approximately. Go ahead.
Are you sure?
No.
Okay.
Interrupting
by the way.
Calhoun.
I'm thinking of casting Ensnaring Strike on the orc since he has the bigger weapon. Sound good to you? Occupy him.
When you say the bird people, because Kenku, they have daggers. Is that one dagger each or
Yes.
two? Okay.
One dagger each.
Yeah, sure. Go for the orc.
Yeah. 7 plus 10 plus... Okay, 7 plus 7 is 14.
Correct.
Hit.
Yay! 1d8 plus 3 is... 4 plus 3 is 7.
Okay.
And let me pull up...
So you get this arrow into the orc shoulder, and then you had ensnaring strike on it.
Yes.
Did you have any spell slots for ensnaring strike?
Oh, shoot. No.
Okay.
So I just hit it for 7 damage.
Okay.
Daggone it, forgot that.
Then the orc is up, and he's going to use his turn to dash in your direction because he's too far to make it on his normal move.
One of those 28 days later zombies.
Yeah. And that means Calman's up. I'm just writing down some health for these guys here so it's easier to track. Alright, so Calman says, I'm going to try and distract him, okay, guys?
Okay.
Sure!
He's going to cast Color Spray and try to blind as many of these guys as he can. That wasn't that helpful. Okay. He blinds the orc and the tiefling with Color Spray. So now you have advantage on attacks on either of those. Well, he can't hit the tiefling and the orc. Sorry. He hits one of the Kenku and the orc. You have advantage on attacks against either of those, and they have disadvantage on their attacks. And it is the tiefling's turn, who does the same dash motion, so that he's now within 5 feet of you guys as well, just like the orc is. And it's Dern's turn.
Dern's turn.
Dern's turn.
Dern's turn. I want to hit the orc with my hammer.
Okay. You're at advantage. He's blinded. So you get to roll twice.
15, 16. Yeah, I'm going to go with
Take the first one.
Yeah, 16.
Hit. Yeah, that hits.
And then, let's see. 5 plus 9.
Okay. You knock the orc backwards onto the ground. It looks like he is disabled, at least, if not dead. Okay, the blinded Kenku uses his turn to rush, and so does the next one. So now...
All three are within...
Yeah, all three that are up are within 5 feet of you guys, and it is back around to Kira.
Slash and dash at one of the Kenku.
What is slash and dash?
My short swords.
Okay. Is that their names?
Ironia and Slash and Dash.
Okay.
Wait, so you have one of your swords is named Arubebe,
Yeah.
and the other one's named Slash and Dash. So when you do Slash and Dash, are you just using one of the swords?
Don't get too nitpicky about this. I'm using both of them.
Okay, so you're Slash and Dashing with Ironia and Slash and Dash.
Who are you slash and dashing? You've got one blinded Kenku, a regular Kenku, and the Tiefling.
I assume the seeing Kenku because then I can hopefully take out one of them.
Okay.
Okay, so I rolled a 7 on the first one. I'm assuming that's not a hit.
That's total?
Yes.
No.
I rolled a 7 on the second one.
Okay, that's with your modifiers?
Yeah.
No. Those both miss
Womp
on
womp.
the Kenku. Alright,
Oh wait, these are attack bonuses. They're 9.
those still miss.
Yeah, I figured.
Um,
Sorry, I have a new
So
character sheet. I'm still
Kalman's
trying to learn how to read it.
color spray wears off after that one round. He casts Catapult and grabs a big piece of the metal off of the scrapyard behind him
Everybody duck!
and throws it at the line of guys starting with the Tiefling and hoping he can try and hit the Tiefling and the Kenku behind it.
And we're within 5 feet.
Duck!
They both fail their dex saves.
Woohoo!
And since they're in a straight line, he knocks both of them out.
Woohoo!
Go, Kalman.
Was that both Kenkus or?
Tiefling and one Kenku. Alright. Dern, there's one Kenku left.
I'm going to hit it with my hammer.
Okay?
Really?
Because that's pretty much... Oh, it landed on a crease between an 8 or a nat 20. So now I have to roll again.
Hey!
Ah, I got the nat 20! Woo!
Okay. Crit.
So that's the damage dice twice, or roll the damage dice once and just double
Damage
it.
dice twice and then add your modifier once.
6. 1, so 7 plus 4 is 11.
That's enough to take him out. You
Yes.
knock him way the hell back and he crumbles in a heap on the ground. About this time, you see
No, I don't like those
somebody
words.
just appear in the clearing where those 4 individuals were. And roll a perception check.
Winston?
14.
16.
Okay, you notice behind him is a cart with a bunch of knives dangling on
Oh,
top
the
of
butcher.
Moochie! I mean, Butcher!
Oh, no.
Sorry, we kind of killed your ex.
it. Oh, I saw the fire from a long, long way away. I was wondering what was going on.
We didn't think she burned that well.
Yes, well, that's what happens.
It was self-defense.
Oh, believe me, you do not have to explain to me. I know all about Auntie Meatmaker. She is not so pleasant. I am just surprised that you have bested her.
It wasn't easy.
We're still alive so far.
Yes, so far.
Yeah.
That's not ominous at all.
No. Hi.
Well,
What are you doing here?
it's been great seeing you and all, but
I am glad that it is great to see me, but, we are not out of the woods yet.
I'm cringing.
I want to be out of the woods. Wait, she has advantage in the... Well, no, she has advantage to leave me to die in the woods.
I have advantage in the woods, and we're not in the woods. We're in the jungle.
Well, at least if we're not out of the woods.
So, as you're speaking to the butcher, Kira, your shadow, which is really long and cast
No!
onto the pergola
I
from
don't
where
have
you're
one.
standing, begins to stand upright on the ground instead of being on the ground.
Sweet, we get to kill
Wisdom
your
roll. I
shadow,
rolled
too.
an 11. Is it mine again?
No.
Ah!
It mixes its form with the shadow of the pergola, making it have huge, wide, boxy shoulders and things that look like extra legs. Worse, maybe, twisted vines that are growing on the pergola begin lashing out like whips. As they pass any of the light, they extinguish it. The vines stretch out and grab the 4 dead constructs, or the reanimated constructs laying on the ground, and pick them up like marionettes. And they start walking back in your direction, puppet-like.
We hope you're enjoying the show. We're sorry to interrupt, but we wanted to remind you of a few things. You can become a premium member to gain access to our behind-the-screens episodes. These are bonus play sessions and behind-the-scenes episodes where we explain how Will orchestrated various important parts of our stories, players' perspectives of the game, and more. Go to our website, d8nightpodcast.com, and click behind the screens to learn more. You've also got a couple of weeks left to enter the contest we have running to win 140 Wiz Dice. Simply find us on Twitter at D8nightpodcast and check the rules in our pinned tweet. Winners will be announced during the mid-roll of episode 25, so come back and listen Friday, September 14th, to find out if you're the lucky winner. Now, let's get back to the fight. Butcher, do you know how to fix my shadow?
I do not like this, he says.
That's not what I asked you.
But I think we are going to have to fight it.
I want to keep my shadow.
It's really not that bad, lass. You don't really notice when you don't have one.
But did you not hear what he said? Your shadow is sunlight, so it makes light when we don't necessarily want there to be light.
I thought he said that the shadow extinguishes light when it comes across.
No,
light.
your shadow at night is not shadow. It's
Yeah, your shadow right now is light.
Oh, that's cool.
unless you're trying to hide.
I don't care. I'm RPing the crap out of this paladin thing. Okay.
He says, okay, I guess theater, we have one last show. I don't know what accent that was all of a sudden. Okay, theater, we have one more show, he says, and he blinks and cuts one of the Kenku down. And we're going to roll new initiative for this fight.
10.
8.
Move all your papers. Find your
This
dice.
is going to be a fun one. I need the butcher's stats. I need the Kenku, whatever stats, marionettes. I'm sorry. I have no room.
I know the feeling. I don't like
So
how I
have a
rearrange my
lot
book.
of initiatives to roll, so hang on to what yours were. And I'll see where they come in. What did you have?
8.
Kira?
10. I remember because in my head I was like 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 0.
Awesome. Thank you.
My mind works in strange ways.
Yeah.
Okay, shush you.
Alright, the marionettes.
Yours is pretty sick and twisted.
Remember, 13 long years.
Plus a year before that, dating. And a year or two before that, just hanging out.
Kira,
Thank you, consumer math.
Dern. Kalman. Butcher.
Shout out to Chris Hara if you are listening.
Mark, and Okie dokie. So this is what it looks like right now. You've got the pergola basically standing where the pergola structure was, but maybe a little bit closer to right behind you. Very close, only a few feet away. It's got these tentacles of shadow that are out, some that look like they might try to strike at you, and others that have picked up these 4 constructs that you have taken down before, and again, working them like very odd-looking puppets. The butcher has cut one of those down, one of the Kenku. So there are only 3 of them up at the moment. They are again in that sort of semicircle around you. The butcher is between the orc and tiefling at this point, and you, Dern, Kira, and Kalman are sort of back to back up against each other. The Kenku is going to act first, and he's going to attempt to attack the butcher with his dagger. And he hits, basically, the dagger actually just flies out of his hand, and it's like the Shadow Theater just grabs the whole Kenku and uses them to try and bludgeon the butcher with him and hits him that way. And
so it's like the pergola thing is saying, "Now kiss."
Yes. Play. All right.
I don't want to play.
Now the Shadow Theater, I suppose we could call it, is up, and it's going to make an attack against Kalman. It's going to pick up a piece of that scrap metal from behind where you guys are with one of those vines and attempt to slam him with it. And it does.
Shadow, behave!
And it hits Kalman for 11 damage. Ow, guys! That's not nice!
That's what I said!
Then it makes an attack at Kira with just one of the tentacles as like a whip.
Dude!
And that's a 22.
That's a hit. I'm pretty sure. Right?
And 6 damage, and I need you to make either a dex or a strength save.
Dex is better. 14?
Yes, that saves. But you
What was it trying to do?
Damage. It was trying to entangle you in the vine.
Oh.
Okay, Dern, it would be your turn, but right before you go, your light shadow that's beside you takes form as well and stands up instead of being two-dimensional on the ground. It looks taller and it's less easily defined as like a dwarf, but it still has a shield and hammer or something like that, or mace.
Is it friendly?
And in a voice that sounds kind of familiar, it asks you, guidance or healing?
I know it's a podcast. I'm sorry. I have both of my thumbs up. I'm very happy.
It said guidance or healing. You know what that means?
Sator?
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah. Healing.
Healing?
Healing.
Okay.
Are you having a stroke?
Sure.
Okay. He heals Dern for 11. And he heals Kalman for 12, which gets him back to full health. Okay, now it's your turn, Dern.
Wow, that is nice. Let's see. I'm going to hit the shadow with my hammer.
Okay.
I mean, would you rather me just not kill it and let it kill us? I know you're attached to your shadow, but...
Well, not anymore.
I
I wish I was.
20. Hey, I'm
Okay.
getting good rolls. Can you use my metal dice?
Hey, I'm rolling good, mostly.
Alright, so that's a 5. So 10 plus 4, 14.
Okay. That's with the crit.
Correct.
Alright, so you smack into the shadow and a little opening inside of it shows up where you can just see light where the shadow used to be. Okay. It is Kalman's
The fact that it
turn.
said little opening scares me. They did 14 damage to the thing. Little opening.
Kalman's going to make an attack. He's trying to stand right next to you so that he can try and poke in while the shadow's otherwise occupied with his sneak attack.
I'm having flashbacks to the stone shadow.
Kalman is going to hit with both of his short swords. And with his sneak attack bonus, what does he do for that? He deals 22 damage in all to this thing and cuts open a really big swath of...
So the difference between
Light
little and really big swath is, what is it, 8? I'm terrible at math. Yeah, 8.
an extra third or so of damage,
Yeah.
sure. Alright, he does that. Now the butcher is up, and he makes an attack against the orc
No,
that's near him.
just fire the shadow.
What is he on plus to hit? Yeah, he hits the orc with his big, or with one of his knives. He's got a big cleaver in one hand and a knife in the other hand. He hits him with the knife for 4 damage, and then he pulls back the big cleaver and hits him with that. And separates him from the big shadow tentacle holding him and drops him to the ground. He makes one additional attack as he swings over to the tiefling with his big cleaver and hits him for 4 damage.
You know, if he wasn't a horrible cannibalistic monstrosity, I'd say we should keep him around.
So the orc is out. The tiefling is up, who's going to take a strike right back at the butcher who was fighting with him, who's trying to keep him occupied, and he misses. So it's back to the Kenku, who takes a swing at Dern. That's 18.
No, piss off.
Okay, so he misses, or it just kind of bounces off your armor as he swings them at you.
Shiny.
Then the Shadow Theater is back up again, and it picks up 2 more big pieces of scrap.
It gets 2 turns?
No, it's back around.
I don't remember going.
You did.
You double missed, I think.
Yeah,
right?
hack and slash and.
Or was
hack
that
and
in last combat?
mission mash?
I think that was last combat. Where am I supposed to be?
You're supposed to be right after the Stone Theater. Or the Shadow Theater. No?
I don't think I went.
I could have missed you. I don't think I did, but I could have. I have a lot of K's on here.
I don't think I went.
Okay, go ahead and go, and then the Shadow Theater will go.
What are you doing?
That's a very good question, but I rolled a 17, so whatever I did, I hit, I think. Where am I again? Right in the middle of everything?
Pretty much.
And who's dead?
The only thing that isn't within melee range is the Tiefling, the Kenku, and the Shadow Theater are the things that are still up.
I'll aim for the tiefling.
With your bow?
I thought he was within melee range.
He's the only thing not within melee range.
Then a Kenku.
Okay.
One of those other creepy non-human race
That
things.
hits.
Yep. That's a 4 with 1 sword, and the other one I did not hit. That's a 7.
Okay.
Doesn't your Giant Slayer come into... or
He has not been hit
I thought
since he's
Butcher
been
hit once, I'm sorry.
reanimated. The Tiefling has been hit, but not
See,
the
I'm
Kenku.
a giant racist too. I can't tell the difference.
Okay, now it's
That's not something you want to
the
admit.
Shadow Theater's turn. It picks up 2 big pieces of scrap from behind. The first one, it tries to hit Kalman with, and it misses. It actually crit misses. And then the second one, he throws at the Butcher and hits for what? 28. So you're lucky it went to the Butcher, I guess.
Yeah, because I'd be dead.
Me too.
And the Butcher looks very bad off. That knocked him prone. Oh, I did not see that coming. Watch my back there. Okay, Kira. Your turn. Your real turn. You have to... Because when you don't say what you're doing and you roll the dice and it's bad, you re-roll it. And when you roll good, you keep it. You can't do that.
Okay, it was an 11.
And you're doing what with that 11?
I'm trying to remember where I am again.
You've
I'm
got
sorry.
the Kenku right next to you. You've got the Tiefling over by the Butcher, and you've got the Stone... I keep wanting to call it Stone Shadow. The Shadow Theater behind you.
I'll shoot at the tiefling.
Okay, and what's your roll?
It was an 11 plus 7, so that's an 18.
Yeah, that'll hit the Tiefling. And he's below maximum health, so...
8!
Yay!
Plus 3, that's 11, plus my 5.
Yeah, you kill the Tiefling. Yes. You separate it from the Shadow's arm. And the Light Shadow is back up again. Yes. And this time it asks you, Restoration or Retribution?
Oh, that's such a hard choice. Because I have no idea what Retribution is going to do. I'm pretty sure Restoration is going to give me some spell slots back. I don't know. Retribution.
Okay. Part of the light splits off of the light shadow, and it starts orbiting your hammer.
Yes.
The remainder of the light fades back down into the ground, back into a shape much like your shadow. Okay, so you've got this light orbiting your...
I've got a pally buff.
Yeah. And it's your turn.
I'm going to hit it with the hammer.
All right, let's see it.
It's 9.
There might be one of those times you want to dip into those inspirations if you want to...
I'm going to use an inspiration point and make it hit.
Well, you can you get advantage on your roll.
I'm going to use... You know what I'm trying to do. Okay, here we go. 20... It's a hit, okay?
Yes.
I can't do math.
It's over 20.
Okay.
You're good.
So... 6.
So your normal damage on it is 6. Now I need you to roll 5d8 radiant damage.
I love this buff. Is that a 1 or it's a 1, 7, 8. Is it 5?
23, yeah.
1, 24.
Okay, so you deal that doubles. The radiant damage gets doubled. So you deal 48 radiant damage to this
I like my shadow.
shadow theater, and then the light stops orbiting around your
I'm
hammer.
good. I'm good.
Okay, Kalman says, "Wow, look at all the light now! I thought that would land better. Okay. I don't know. It looked cool to me, all right? You're not seeing what I'm seeing, I
Oh,
guess.
no. It's in my head. The reason I'm quiet is because I'm just like, yeah.
Mike's in awe.
Thunder frickin' King over here. I have a shadow of pure light that helps me hit things really hard.
And I'm sitting over here saying, my shadow.
Kalman,
I almost made Mike spew. I'm glad I'm sitting way over here.
Kalman's going to try and attack the shadow theater as well. He hits with his main hand, misses with his offhand. Gets his sneak attack for 15 damage total. Okay? And you see some more light start to come through this thing. It's more like light than shadow at this particular moment. The butcher stands up and blinks over toward the Kenku, but that basically uses up his move. So the Kenku is up.
I dream of Butcher.
And the Kenku targets the butcher, who comes over near him and misses. The shadow theater starts sort of waving around wildly, and it takes a whip at Kira, Dern, and Kalman.
Behave!
Quick, what is it? What is it? It's way over by Amy.
How did it go all the way over there?
No
It
idea.
rolled down your leg and off your foot, and it is on a 6.
Oh, let me have that one. Okay. Kira, that one's probably going to hit you at 24.
No, it was a 6 under the table.
I don't count them off the table ever.
It was a 6.
Carpet rolls don't matter.
It deals 5 damage, and I need you to roll a dex or strength save.
That's not that bad.
18.
Okay, that's it. It's your turn. The shadow theater's right behind you. The Kenku is still right next to you. Both of them look kind of bad off.
Kenku?
Okay.
I want my shadow back. By the way, slash and dash and Aranea, and it's a 12.
12 hits.
And at least an 18.
Okay, they both hit on the Kenku.
Okay, so Aranea is a 9.
Alright, that kills the Kenku, so you could use your other attack on the shadow if you'd like.
You know me, Blue!
Okay. What was it? More than an 18, you said?
It was an 18 plus 5.
Yeah. Okay.
24.
That will hit the shadow.
I would hope so. That's a really good roll.
3,
Plus it's below max health.
4.
7.
Okay. The shadow retreats back down to the ground.
Be
and sort of,
mine, please.
yeah, it looks like an
Get some
elf
soap.
shadow, but very long from all the flames around you.
Are you coming back to me?
Get the soap.
It's a shadow. And then...
Is it attached to my feet? Do I have to get some soap like Mike is saying, or do I need to sew it?
You need to sew it back on, like Peter Pan.
Okay.
And the pergola is just back to casting a normal shadow over on the side. And the butcher kind of looks over at you and Dern and Calman, who I don't know if... I guess he's met Calman. And he goes...
Maybe briefly.
No, I don't think he did. I think Calman disappeared before you guys talked to him. He says... kind of... You are carrying something very, very dark, are you not?
He is...
No, the gnome had it. The gnome had the book.
No, the gnome gave me the book right
Oh.
before he disappeared.
She is.
You've got the stone.
Oh, that's the very, very dark thing. I thought we were talking about the spell book.
I have the spell book.
Okay. I don't know that...
We're
any of
pointing
this is-
fingers
Pointing at
at
each other. She's got it.
He's got it.
It's not me!
He's got the rock.
My sword glows!
Ooh. Does it? What's it do? Sorry. He's got the rock.
But my shadow's very bright, so it cancels out.
My shadow's over there. Can you come back to me, please?
You have the shadow
It's
is
yours.
back.
You're good.
Oh, but you told me I needed to sew it back on.
I'm pretty sure that was a joke.
I didn't know that. I don't have needle
is
and thread
going-
in my pack.
This is going well.
We've just
I told my
completely
phone
gone
to-
off the rails.
We were on the rails to
we've
begin
had
with.
we've had good episodes. They're behind us now. No, I am talking about the stone. You have
Oh, that's me then.
that has come from the temple, yes, has it not?
Aye.
Can you fix it?
No, I cannot fix it. But I think the one who could fix it, you probably burnt up to a crisp there, I would say.
She wanted us to kill you or bring you here so she could kill you.
Oh, that sounds like Auntie. Yes, it does.
We got a book.
Oh, you have a book.
Aye.
Yes, I pull it out and I look at it and it says ... Q.
There is a ritual in there for cleansing darkness.
Do I need a
inside the
spell
book.
slot?
It says basically roll a Arcana, I guess.
I don't do good with saving throws.
No, not a saving throw, just an Arcana check.
What is Arcana? It's intelligence. 11.
It's a 7?
Okay.
This is a book.
You get an idea that somehow this ritual has something to do with putting this rock into some kind of it looks like it says unquenchable light, and then there's something you have to do with water.
Your shadow!
Anybody have any water?
Your shadow! I have water in my pack. Dude, put it in your shadow and we can pour our water on it and see.
You know what? I'm willing to try it.
Okay. Wait,
Would you like me to have a look at the book?
Sure! Hand it over.
A wee moment, lass.
Okay, and we step aside and...
Hold on.
What?
He just sits down on a stool and starts eating a sausage.
Have you not noticed this guy? He might not be worse than Madame Meats-a-Lot, but at the same time, he might not exactly be better. I forgot what's her name.
Madame Meats-a-Lot.
Madame Meats-a-Lot. But he might not exactly be better either.
Well, he hasn't shown us that he's hurting us yet.
He
so...
eats people.
No, he eats dead people.
Oh, excuse me.
At least he's eating them after they're dead.
But have
he's
you
not-
noticed? He
That
can't-
sounds better than when they're alive, I guess.
He's not
Good
killing them
point.
to eat them. He's doing it after they've died from other
But he's
reasons.
also killed people and then eaten them. It's pretty much the entire process here.
He's not done anything to me. I don't care. He's helped me.
No, I understand he hasn't done anything directly to us, lass, but have you noticed? The book's kind of important. Do we want to really take a chance on giving it to someone who freaking eats people?
I would. That's why I was trying to hand it to him until you dragged me aside here to say, wait!
Okay. I don't necessarily agree here, because so far our best idea is to pour water on it inside of my shadow.
Well, do you want to try that first?
Can we maybe read the book a little more thoroughly before we go handing it off to... I don't want to come up with a nickname for him.
Moochie.
Sure, why not?
Butcher.
Soylent Moochie.
I could hold it and let him read it. Does that satisfy you, or tell him to give it back?
I'm slightly happier with that plan.
Okay, he has reservations, Butcher. Why do you want to read it? Also, I'm trying to come up with a character voice, and it's probably going to be British or something, because I can't do anything
I
else.
thought that maybe I could help you with the ritual. What will you do with the stone if it is cleansed?
Put it back.
Or bring it to Raventree.
I'm pretty sure the monks want us to put it back.
I used to be a monk. I do not know if you know this. Me and
Mike is
Auntie
disturbed.
spent a lot of time in the temples on the mountain, Lady Anara Peak. I was a monk in the Temple of the First Land.
So if you don't mind my asking, how do you go from being a monk to,
Breaking your vows.
eating people? I mean, no, I understand breaking your vows, but...
Wait.
That was not in the vows. We were never prohibited from eating people.
The really big guy, he broke his vows, but there wasn't a lot of eating people from what I could see.
Well, give him some time.
I'm slightly disturbed here.
Listen, which would you like better? Having somebody behind you who is always raising the dead people back up to fight against you, or having somebody behind you cutting them up into little pieces so that they cannot come back together?
I mean, that second one does sound better, but you do kind of eat them afterwards.
Usually I sell them, but I do eat them, yes, I suppose, from time to time, as I have my sausage.
You just ate a sausage.
It was good.
I hand him the book.
Alas.
Oh, yes, I see. It sounds like you were talking about perhaps putting this stone in your shadow of light.
Yes.
Aye.
That sounds like it may actually have enough power to cleanse the stone.
See? But what about water?
Yes, we will need quite a bit of water. Perhaps a river? I would be willing to help you perform the ceremony. It has been a long time since I have done any such things, but I will remember my vows.
There's a river by
Theoretically.
Raventree. We can get there quick.
Is there a way where we could get back to the Temple of the First Lands?
That was a long climb, wasn't it?
No. Second
that was-
lands.
that was-
Second lands, not the third ones, where he's from.
Okay, first you said first, then second.
Sorry,
and I said
not
third.
Woodsy. We're
There's
going
too
to-
many numbers here.
Not the woodsy one, the one that has the big puddle where we were practicing being beavers.
I didn't think we got that all the way clean, though.
No, we didn't.
So why would we want to use something that's not all the way clean when the
Because-
one in Raventree was clean?
Because there's still a spring that's clean, and we can hold
The
it.
water in Raventree would work just fine.
Okay, so
I'm going to use my stick.
let's go hug a tree.
Yeah.
Okay. I will see you there.
Okay. Wait, you don't want to come in the portal?
He just vanishes.
Okay. So let me get my princess pencil out and... What did I say last time? Wimmily wommily? Yeah. Wimmily wommily wimmily wommily. What?
10 minutes later.
10 minutes of wimmily
later.
womblies.
10 minutes later, you're back in Raventree, and when you appear there, Calman is gone, but the
Aw.
Grease Wizard and the half-orc barbarian Aaron are in his place.
Hey!
You left just long enough for us to go through that fight, and then you come back?
This doesn't look like a terrible battle.
I mean, no, it's not now. You're welcome.
We fought 4 things twice, plus my shadow, but it's back.
Congratulations!
I really don't think I would have been that much help. I only have, non-spell slots left.
Neither do we.
My shadow's really cool, though. It made my hammer have a little glowy thing around it. It hit really hard.
Alright.
It was awesome.
I saw it. It was very, very cool.
He's a monk! He has temporary hit points!
Okay!
Anyways, let's cleanse the stone, and then we can see if he can heal
What do
him.
those two things have to do with one another?
Maybe he can fix his temporary health point thingy.
Wait, the butcher is a monk?
Yes!
Monks are known for that?
I am a former monk.
I thought monks could
Very,
just heal
very long
themselves.
ago. Before my days in the theater.
Yes, but this is D&D.
I can't even. Okay.
Okay, let's cleanse the stone. Let's start
Let's
with that.
cleanse the stone.
Okay. So he takes it to the river.
Do I have to like
Down
back up
to
the
the
river?
river.
Yeah, you're
Down
gonna have
to
to
the
go
river.
where you
Down
would
to
be
the river
blocking
and stand.
the sun, so that you would be casting a shadow, but in the place of that shadow is
Is
where your light is.
Brighter. Okay.
So he leans the stone down into the water and starts saying something in a foreign language. Oh, is this what I have to use?
Wibbly wobbly.
The Princess Pencil.
He has been handed
Wibbly
the
wobbly,
princess.
wibbly wobbly, wibbly wobbly.
No,
woo.
that's the port. Oh, he said woo at the end, but that's
Yeah,
different.
it's different. This is a different spell if you add the woo.
Instead of the ha. Woo and ha make the world of difference.
The word that goes in the last place has the most power.
Woo! Okay, continue. Stone.
And you watch the inky blackness leave the stone and start to be absorbed into the shadow of light. But at the same time, that shadow of light starts turning back into a normal dark shadow.
Goodbye, Sator.
Goodbye, awesome shadow.
And the stone is then handed back to you, Darn, in a form that appears cleansed.
Do 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 do.
I mean, this is nice and all, but I miss my shadow.
Your
shadow is
regular,
back, though.
I miss my light, though.
Your regular shadow right now looks extra sad.
It's okay, Shadow. I know.
Winston is kind of nearby to where you guys came back in over by the river, because that's where he likes to hang out with his roots sticking down in there.
Hey.
It looks like you have cleansed the stone.
Hooray!
It looks like, or we have. Like,
You
there's
didn't
a
do
big
anything.
difference.
I did a lot of work to help cleanse the stone.
I did a
actually.
lot of things. I kept him from making this turn into a Kids Save the Theater arc, so you're welcome.
Alright. I think that would have been quite good, and no one would have had to use any spell slots except for magic.
Okay, we're talking
confetti or
about
whatever.
the
I think
stone.
I would have watched that if we would have had a theater. Yeah,
Talking about going off the rails.
it looks like the stone is cleansed.
Hooray!
This is the way
We've
it should
been here
look.
less than 5 minutes.
Yeah, but you guys went and got the stone and were there for all of that. You just missed one
Sam went
knockdown
invisible and
dragon
found the
fight.
book and everything.
Yeah, I just meant we've been here less than 5 minutes and we've already taken
You've
stuff off
solved
the
it.
rails.
Yay! Hey, Butcher, before you leave,
Yes?
hopefully you don't leave anytime soon.
Could I have some more of those sausages?
No.
Sure, I am selling today.
No.
No, he has health point issues. Can your monkeyness fix that?
It does not look like I am my monkeyness. Is that my title? I am his
He's
monkeyness.
Mushy.
His monkeyness Moochie.
And Dudley the monkey boy appears and then vanishes instantly.
Off the rails.
I do not see any health problems with him. In fact, he looks perfectly fine to me. And in fact, Grease Wizard, when the stone was cleansed, your temporary health point problem went away.
Yay! Fix that too.
So his health points are still down, but they can come up to
Yes.
full again. Okay.
Sweet.
Okay.
I'm going to the inn to get a drink.
My work here is done.
Okay. Yohei is in the inn. Who else is going to the inn?
Give me the strongest
I'm
stuff,
going to go
please.
take a long rest. I'm
Yeah, I'm
pretty sure
gonna
we've earned it.
I'm going to take a shot and then I'm going to go lay down.
Wait, where's Sator?
He is dead.
He's been dead for a few episodes.
Oh.
Although he may have come back as my shadow.
I
We're
do
not
this
really
in
sure.
memory of him
It was
in
kind of
that
vague.
case.
So, you guys take a long rest in town?
Yeah.
I'm going to have
You
it
are
hand over.
level 4 at this point.
Yes!
Thanks again for joining us on our adventures and being a part of our date night. We really appreciate you listening and spreading the word about the show to help us grow. Remember, subscribe, rate, review, follow us on social media at D8 Night Podcast, and most importantly, keep listening.